Ebullient greetings. I'm your host, Jacquie Bird of Jacquie Bird Spiritual Wellness, your guide to stress and anxiety relief, mindfulness, awareness, self-care, self-love, and personal growth. Welcome and thank you for joining me as we roll with peace in mind. Today's riff is Are You on the Right Train? Riding on the Urge. These episodes feature people who are doing their thing, they follow their heart and their passion, and they create how they want, what they want, when they want. And they are riding on the right train. Today's spotlight is the fabulous Valarie Pettiford. So I just want you to just give us a little overview on your on-camera work. Like,
okay.
so just tell us,
well, I laugh because I've just been around so long, you know what I mean? And thank God for that. I've been around since the day of the flood,
but
going into like 40 years of show business. And
40 years, see, that's the other thing that's so important here in terms of your longevity.
Yeah.
You know, because again, we tend to think of this industry, showbiz industry, as being kind of fly by night. Like, you know, you're young and you do your thing and then you burn out. But you have sustained excellence for 40 years. And that is, I am so proud of you to like observe that.
Thank you,
and know how freaking insanely, superhumanly hard
that is,
challenging,
right.
That is.
And to do that, I mean, it takes a village. It takes a village. It takes surrounding yourself with incredible people. Thank God I had the best foundation ever. My parents and my sister. Good God, thank God, and everybody else in my family.
Right.
Just amazing, incredible, loving, humbled, giving people. And so they instilled that with me, and they carried on through my career. And then all the people I met along the way happened to take a liking to me and took me under their wing and taught me and had me grow and had me tag along to learn. I mean, the great Shirley Black Brown and George Faison letting me in. And as I said, great Carolyn and DeVore and Audrey Lawrence from BJ's, they took me on their wing. So I've had these mentors and these incredible people that took me, you know, in each part of my career and my life. And my sister is number one for that, because she's the one that got me to get an agent and to know how to interview and to know how to present myself and to know, because I was like, yeah, I could be glamorous and fabulous, but you know, I'm also was a tomboy, and you know, and my sister is a glamour queen, and she's fantastic and uber smart and my hero, and she still is the best knowledge, and she got me my first print job too. You know, took me around to agencies, and you know, and she's the beauty and in the family, and she took me to some modeling agencies. I'm like, oh my God. But at the age of 12, my sister and I hitting the streets. But anyway, so it's important to have that. You got to have great people around you. And now I have great friends around me to keep you solid, to keep you sane, because this business, it's show business for a reason.
Absolutely.
The part is fun. The business part is hard as hell. Yeah. And I want to quit every 6 months. And even though I've been in business 40 years and I've been so blessed, I still think I'm not good enough, or I'm never going to work again. And you got to get out of your head. And it takes, you know, life coaching. I have a life coach. It takes, I believe in craft and learning a craft. So I still take acting lessons. I still get coached because I constantly want to grow and get better and learn and learn and learn. And then, you know, having those great mentors. And now I feel so blessed to be able to now pass that on and be a mentor for someone else and learn from my mistakes or my triumphs and stuff.
But again, this is just like these jewels that you're dropping. Intention, faith, support system, but also these people that mentored you saw something in you. Each
Mhm.
person that comes to mentor you, where you don't actually go and try to get one, when they step up and they go, you come here, this, and this, and come here and go do this and that. You listened. You have been open. Even today, you still continue to grow. You still stay active. You are still in acting class. You know, some people get to certain points in their lives, and this is regardless of what your calling is in terms of career. Some people think, okay, I know everything, I don't need to continue to learn.
Yeah.
And there's always something new to learn. I don't care how
Yeah.
long you've been doing something, there's
Yeah.
always going to be somebody that's going to show you something new and something different.
Yeah.
Know, and you have to remain open and also have the curiosity to want to. And that's what's going to bring more mentors to you, because they go, I could teach her something or him
Right.
something. Because
Right.
nobody wants to teach you if you don't want to learn. You have to want to learn.
Right.
You have to be an open book.
Yep. Yeah. And I thank God for those people in my lives. And I think, and as I said, and I thank God for friends and to keep you from going crazy, because as I said, the business is really hard and it's not very forgiving and also to stay in this business, you have to be willing to change with the times. Because what we did back then, they're not doing now.
Yes.
How to get a job then, they're not doing now. Now it's, you got to be a brand. You got to be all this. I'm like, oh my God, you got to learn social media and all this kind of stuff and protect yourself and internet and all this other kind of stuff. And, you know, it's crazy. So
yes.
You got to be willing to let go and say, okay, it's a new day.
Right.
If I want to stay in the game, I got to be relevant in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
So I might have to learn some new tricks. So.
Right. That is also another important thing in terms of wanting to stay in whatever game you're in. For the long haul, you have to stay relevant. You have to, not go, oh, we used to do it like this and that's not how we do it now. No, that's how they're doing it this way now. So you have to acclimate. You have to be flexible. Yes. You have to, and that is particularly for those of us that are getting more seasoned. I won't say older, but more seasoned, is we have to still be pliable, because what happens is as you age, and I'm going to use the word age here, you become brittle, and you don't have the flexibility. You have to remain flexible. You have to remain open. So the other, I have to jump to, first of all, you were on Being Mary Jane, which was one of my favorite shows.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's my girl, Gabrielle Union Wade. Love her.
Being Mary Jane, I love that show. So you were a part of, again, something that was putting stuff out there in a different way that was relevant to a lot of us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She changed the face, of besides Kerry Washington and Shonda Rhimes and, leading Black women, leading their own shows and stuff like that. And she changed that whole dynamic. And I was honored to be a part of season 4, as her nemesis.
Well, Gabrielle Union is kicking butt. So you're playing with people that are kicking butt, and that says a lot about you. So again, because a friend had turned me onto that show because I wasn't watching it. Friend turned me onto the show, and then I see Val Patton. I'm like, I'm screaming, just screaming to see you on there, because again, like I said, this show was groundbreaking. This show changed the trajectory of storytelling for Black women on television.
Yes.
It was part of the, as you named, Shonda Rhimes. This was one of those game changers. So now, okay, I turn on my TV. I've been seeing a commercial for this show because I'm a big fantasy horror fan. I love those genres. So I'm like, I see this thing about a Discovery of Witches. I keep seeing this commercial, and I'm like, that starts with fear and desire. Blood and desire. Like, okay, I may have to check that out. And it was on the same night, because y'all had already been, I think, in season. It had already aired in the UK.
In the UK, yeah.
So it comes on the same night as Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And the Game of Thrones last season. But I was so intrigued by the promo. I said, you know what? I'm going to check out Game of Thrones later. I'm going to watch this show.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a minute. That's Val Pett. How the hell did that gig float?
Oh my God. Okay. And so this was like dream come true, because I am also a huge fan of fantasy and that genre. I always want to do that. And, usually, throughout history, we don't get a chance to play those roles.
We're not seen. We black women, we black men are not seen. Yes.
You're playing, witches and demons and fairies and gods and all that kind of stuff. There's very far and few in between. And so with this one, it was like easy, because most of the time when you audition for stuff, it ain't easy. This one was easy. So I put myself on tape, and that means you do it yourself. You don't actually go to a casting house and they put you on tape. You do it by yourself. And so I called up my friend, because he had like a screen and like some fabric and a light and a great camera, because he's a director. But in his living room,
I love it.
I get the material, and I put myself on tape.
Love it.
For this role. I
so
read it. I was like,
so he put up lights. He put
up a light, one light.
Okay.
And he had some fabric.
I love it. That was your backdrop.
Which was in front of the TV. Some fabric. And he had a tripod and a great camera. And here we go. And I get coached. I get coached from my acting coach. And Ted Brunetti, one of my acting coaches, Ted Brunetti. Lee Kilton Smith is my other one. And we coach and move on. And I go to my friend's house, and he's also a director, so he made sure I was right, and put myself on tape. And they send it off, and I got that role. It wasn't drama. It wasn't having to go back over and over again like sometimes one has to do.
Right.
It was that easy, and I was overjoyed over the movie, because this is a UK project, working with the UK actors, which are, don't get me wrong, us Americans are fierce, but they Shakespeare, y'all, Shakespeare. It's just they have a different way of doing things, and they are amazing, just like our amazing American actors. So I don't want to put anything wrong, but it's just different.
Yes.
And so work with these incredible actors in this round, because I've already worked with them in theater, because I did the show Chicago in the West End. So I knew what that musical theater was like, and I knew what that was like. But to work with them, a whole British cast, and I'm the only American, and on camera is a whole nother beast, because how they set up things, how they call action, how they roll sound, is even the language is different. And
wow.
Oh yeah. And once again, it was a masterclass. It was a masterclass working with the best of the best, and some of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh,
the girl that plays my love interest is Alex Kingston.
Oh, she's no joke.
Okay, come on. ER.
She is
Doctor Who. Who.
Joke. That woman is no joke.
And the nicest human being on the face of the earth. Everybody in the cast. Teresa Palmer, Matthew Good. The list. Lindsay Duncan. The list goes on. And all these newbies coming up in the world. One guy was on Killing Eve. Edward Blummel. It's just Brummel. But anyway, so
wow.
It was a dream come true. It was international, because it was Americans, Italians, UK, Austrian, just everybody that it was, on the set. It was pretty incredible. Wow. Women directors, women DP. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Bad Wolf
women
is run
DP.
by two.
That's director of photography. For that to happen, people please understand. For there to be a female DP, I don't even know how to explain how important that is to have that position.
We had two women DPs, two women directors. Head of Bad Wolf, they're two of the baddest women on Bad Wolf. Who are the production. Yeah. They were head blown.
Oh, my.
Yeah. It was just amazing. I actually just came back this past summer shooting my portion of season 2 of Discovery Witches. So it was a dream come true. It was just a dream come true.
So speaking of dreams, what are you dreaming into the ether now, my friend?
To keep working.
Yeah.
To keep working, to keep growing, to keep people still wanting me to audition for them. I was just telling one of my best friends, besides my sister, Philip Jordan, and I have to say his name because not only he's a fellow actor, but he's like my best friend in the whole world, besides, as I said, besides my sister, and he keeps me sane. Because I call him every other day saying, I'm never going to work again. I suck. Whining. And he'll pull my ass back and say,
I know that's right.
Stop it. Just like my sister, I don't want to hear it. Enough with that crap. Hold your roll. And you have to have those people in your life.
Yes, you do.
So I thank him more than anything. And also my friend Robert Hensley, who is the guy I go to put myself on tape, my other dear friend. But anyway, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought.
What you dreaming for yourself? You want to keep working.
So it's just to literally keep working, getting the incredible roles that I possibly can at this age, at being a Black woman, and making the money to go with it so I can pay my mortgage and all that kind of stuff.
Hello.
Come on now, we have to be realistic.
Yes.
But yeah, just keeping on this path and to keep teaching. I love teaching. I am a teacher of Fosse. That's what I live for. Besides doing what I do on the other side of the camera, I love teaching and passing it forward.
I have to jump in here. I saw a clip on Instagram. I saw a clip on Instagram of Miss Girl conducting a master class in LA. Was that in LA?
It was in LA.
A Fosse master class, and I was tickled. I was touched. I was moved because the person that was filming it was primarily a Val. And the thing is, and this is to you younger folk, don't throw away and turn your nose up at what older folks are doing, because older folks, we are the torch bearers.
Yeah.
We are the torch bearers, and we are passing down information. And each generation is able to achieve what they can achieve because of what comes before you. So my younger folks, please remember that when you scrunch up your nose at somebody at 40 thinking, oh, they're so old at 40. Well, so having said all of that, your style of teaching sent me back to being in class because, people didn't count. It was like they didn't go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. They went,
yeah, that's how we do.
That's how we teach.
Yes.
So and the thing is that you as the student, you are pushed and to a level that is kind of beyond, because it's not so pedestrian with the counting, but the teacher is actually, the choreographer is actually being the musician and playing the instruments vocally.
Right.
So it
but also, sorry, baby. No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. Go.
But also, I believe that it also, it takes you out of just what we think is class into performing. See, when we were in class at the ballet bar or sitting on the floor or whatever, you were performing.
Yes.
It wasn't just, you just put your, feet in first position, you just raise your, no, you were performing. Yes. So when you made that transition from class to stage, it was easy. That's right.
You know what I mean? That's right. That's so true.
Yeah, and so when I teach, it's like, no, you've got to live these steps. This is like, what are you doing? You can't be just walking through and expect to get performance level later. You got to get it now.
Yes, yes.
And so I think the way our teachers taught us was to get us out of that classroom,
our thinking
mindset into performing in class.
You know what?
So,
you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Our teachers were teaching us craftsmanship. They were teaching us artistry. They were insisting, because they insisted. They
were brutal back then. They would throw shit at you and push you out. Oh yeah.
Honey, they weren't the nicest people in the world in the class.
They could be vicious.
Woo, child. Oh my gosh. But
bring you to tears. Bring you to tears.
But they were insisting that we go beyond our comfort zone.
Yes.
They didn't understand what comfort zone was. What was a comfort zone? No. What do you mean? I remember, oh God. I remember I had the great Walter Raines when I was in college.
Yes, yes.
And Walter had gotten on our cases because we weren't sweating as much as this guy named Herbie. Herbie would sweat if you freaking blew on him. Herbie would sweat. Herbie sweat. It didn't matter. But Walter felt we were not working hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that just gives you kind of an idea, y'all, what we underwent in terms of learning, but that spirit of pulling you out of your thinking mind, because that's what this podcast is about. This podcast is about you becoming more aligned with your inner being.
Yeah.
So when you have somebody when you're in a dance class and you have this person that's speaking to you through music, it elicits another kind of response from you. Yeah. And that's what I love so much about seeing that clip.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. And, every once in a while I go, because, camera is so different from theater. You know what I mean? As a theater person, I had to learn to calm myself down on camera. Right. Y'all, it's too big. And so when I do see it, I'm like, oh my God, it's so like my voice gets on my nerves. I'm like, oh my God, it's too much. What my friends say, but that's how I'm taught. That's how I was raised, and that's how I like to give and encourage and get you out of your comfort zone. Yes. Believe me, if you're too much, I'll pull you back. Right. But you got to be able to know how to go there.
Right.
You have to know how to get there. You know what I mean? What are you waiting for?
Our teachers used to tell me, I would rather pull you back than have to pull it out of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Because it's much harder the other way.
Oh, it's much harder the other way.
Right. It's much harder the other way. So, but I just live for that. So so it's to keep what I'm doing, but just keep growing and get better and better and better and better and better and better.
That is
and to be able to work with incredible, wonderful, loving people. Because that's really important, what you said about having an intention, having faith. I ask for that too. I ask for not only to do great jobs, but with great people.
Yeah, okay.
With good, loving people, because there can be some sons of sea cooks out there.
That you don't want to work with. And people, I want you to understand, regardless of what you're doing in your life, be kind. Be kind.
Please, oh my God.
Be kind.
Be kind and be respectful.
Yes.
Of everybody. From catering to transpo to wardrobe. You pick your clothes up, you hang them up at the end of the day.
And you say
clean your trailer at the end of the day. You say hello to everybody. You say hello to supporting cast when I'm saying extras. You speak to them. It's about professionalism, because let me tell you something, you are no better. Just because you got a star on your trailer or you happen to be number one on the call sheet, you are no better. You are no better. You just, lucky and blessed that you happen to be number one on the call sheet, but you are no better. I hate that. That's one of my pet peeves.
Y'all. She's up here testifying.
One of my pet peeves.
But I'm with you on that because, you know, especially in that industry, you know, you see people who will look down their nose because it's about, in their minds, about class and achievement. And no, it's about being human and kind. You know, like I remember either a teacher or a mentor telling me, when you go into an agent's office, you speak to the receptionist, because a lot of people, and I would notice this, just sitting in an agent's office or a casting director, and I would see people walk in and like not acknowledge the receptionist. Honey, the receptionist can make or break you. The receptionist can make sure you don't get seen. The receptionist can tell that agent, so-and-so's an SOB, and not an asset. And boom, there's your picture goes in the garbage can. So you don't be kind for that reason. You be kind because it feels good. It feels good when you're kind, and when you feel good, the people around you feel good.
Yeah. People
want nice people around them.
Yeah. And you said it in the last interview that was so important, is that receptionist, yes, probably the next day will be your agent.
Hello, because that's how fast stuff works. That's how fast stuff works.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Where can we find you, Diva? And I'm going to have all the links so that you can check out Miss Val Pat in the show notes. Where can we find you, Mama?
Okay, so on Twitter, I finally got verified.
Oh, hallelujah, yes.
It's Valarie Pettiford, so it's VALARIE PETTIFORD. And the same thing with Instagram. I'm still not verified, but you know it's me. You know it's me because what I post and stuff like that. And I only use Facebook for personal. I don't do that publicly. So, but the best thing, Instagram and Twitter is the best way to see, you know, what I'm doing, what I'm up to.
Beautiful.
And, you know, what I believe and what I don't.
Okay, so Instagram, y'all, Twitter, look for Valarie Pettiford. Make sure it's with an AVALARIE PETTIFORD.
Perfection.
Find her on Instagram and Twitter, and she does keep you up to date. Even though you slipped in on me on that Discovery of Witches, I didn't see that on Instagram.
Oh, really? No, yes, honey. It was like, did I even get to deadline? I don't even know if I got to deadline.
I see it now, but that took me like, oof, I did not see that you were going to be on that show.
Yeah, but when that happened, because that was like almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
We shot, I wasn't as I'm better now at the social media. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was still new to the game, and you know, I was being that older person that like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Older people.
And see, I had to change my ways.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, folks, I know the struggle is real because I got a stepmother. I've been trying to get her to speak the language of computers. Older folks, get you some younger folks. Get patient younger folks, and have them work with you. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. It's just a freaking machine, and you got this.
Yeah, you can handle it. Just baby steps, and all of a sudden those baby steps become big footprints. So
yes, lady, I cannot thank you enough for the pearls and the jewels that you have dropped on me and the listeners, and I wish you continued flow.
Thank you, baby. I absolutely adore you. I love you, and I am so honored. And don't erase it. But if you erase this again, I will be right back here next Saturday.
Oh, girl, I thank you with my heart.
Yeah, this means a lot to me. This means a lot to me coming from you, and I love what you're doing, and I love what you're about.
Thank you.
And yes, huge fan, Mama.
Thank you. I get so geeked up when I hear an inspiring story. If you are one of the many, 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 many people out there who's working a job you hate, or following a career that no longer burns for you, begin to see what it is that you actually want to do. Write it down wherever you want to write it down. Write it on paper, write it on your phone, your computer, your tablet. Whatever works, write it down. Begin to see yourself having it, achieving it, creating it. Willpower, trust, faith. Don't tell yourself you can't. Don't allow anyone else to tell you you can't. Thank you for listening. If you want to find out more information about my guest, just look at the show notes. All of the links are there. And remember to roll with peace in mind.